Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we will be talking about Love Island UK Season 1, The Reunion.
The Reunion. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, all of the above. All comments are welcome. Blair, you ready to walk us through this last hurrah in the UK?
Yes, let's get to it.
Let's go.
So a year has passed since the wedding days for the couples.
Yep.
So we're starting off with Demi and Ali.
Let's
who
get to
both
it.
said, I do not. Well, Demi said, I do not.
Mm-hmm.
She realized that he was a good guy, but not the guy for her.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to get back to the things that brought her joy. So she ended up moving back into her parents' house after the wedding to take time to find herself and just kind of build up her confidence again.
Mm-hmm.
She now feels like she's Demi 2.0 better than ever.
What do you take from that? Just that alone?
I just kind of take it as the process might have revealed a lot of insecurities to her that maybe she thought she had better control of.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, being in front of a camera and, you know, around strangers and all this type of stuff, it probably can very much make you feel like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
So she probably just needed some time to kind of recenter herself, get her footing back together. Because I can imagine being thrown and thrusted into this kind of situation, which of course she chose for herself. It could take a hit to your confidence. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this has nothing to actually do with Ali.
No, I don't either.
I don't think it has nothing to do with, like, you know, maybe she's protecting him, maybe he did something. I don't think this has nothing to do with Ali. It has everything to do with Demi. But let's learn some more before I give some more input about what I think.
So before the wedding, Ali was saying that they had conversations leading up to it.
Okay.
And the conversations were kind of leading towards, you know, it wasn't necessarily their time to be married.
Yeah.
He says that he is a big family guy. Demi going all out for his birthday gave him a touch of family there in the pods.
Now, here's the thing about it. She asked for the card back. Did you notice that? And he said, you can't get that back. That's frame.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think this is about? Because even though they said not right now, or even then they had conversations of like, we may not be ready today, it seemed like they're not together at all.
They're not. Yeah, they're not.
So, like, what do you think led to that? To where it's like, okay, I have some insecurities. I moved back in with my parents, but like, I don't want to be with you.
But I honestly feel like Demi might not have been in a place to continue dating. But like she said, he was a good guy, but he wasn't the right guy for her. She hasn't even been specific in the reunion about what exactly about Ali wasn't right for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like a lot of it is her own issues that she needed to get past.
Yeah.
From what she's saying, that's all I can go off of.
Yeah.
So.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has more to lean towards securing those insecurities and actually, like, wow, I don't think I'm ready to take on what you have,
right?
No matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? While I'm still battling with some things within myself, and even though I may be Demi 2.0 at that time, I wasn't. And I probably would just do it the normal way besides like this process. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Demi, of course, shared her endometriosis story, and she was appreciative that it was received with love.
Of course.
We see the Catherine Demi competition for Ali flashbacks of that what happened in the pod.
Yeah.
During that time, Kat didn't know that Demi was into Ali because, of course, Demi was holding her cards close to her chest, and Ali never said who his connections were, like, explicitly. So, but Ollie's point was like, I didn't feel the need to. We all know we're dating other people, and I was just trying to focus on the connections that were in front of me.
Yeah.
But he also was saying that he tried to be transparent as well, as best as he could.
Yeah.
Well, Ollie didn't like seeing the narrative pretty much online where people were saying that he wouldn't be into Demi, or he once he saw her, like, wasn't attracted to her. In his dating history, he has dated women like Demi.
Stop right there. Listen here. I told y'all throughout this whole season, stop projecting what you think he may feel on this girl.
And he told y'all projecting.
Exactly. So if I say y'all projecting, and y'all have proven to project it, because he's like, hey, most of my exes, the women that I'm really into, they kind of like Demi. You get what I'm saying? I knew that he was into Demi the minute that he said, hey, I had an idea of exactly what you look like, Catherine. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not into her.
Yeah.
I don't know what people try to make it seem like they was eyeing each other, looking at each other at the thing, I'm like, he's not into her because he had an idea of like, yeah, you look like that. And I still said no.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
And in his statement during the reunion, when he was saying he dated women like Demi, he was like, I haven't dated women like Kat. And Kat felt like she was judged because she had gone to a certain club. And then Demi says she was bothered because you never saw Ollie, but you were making comments about how things wouldn't work with us on the outside. You don't think he would have been into me, and you were insinuating that he wouldn't be into my looks. And Jasmine also pipes in and says that's exactly what you were doing.
Listen here, let's jump her.
And Demi tells her, look, accountability and authenticity goes a long way.
Listen, before I don't even care about Kat apology. Just skip Kat's apology altogether because
it was a non-apology
because she's lying.
She was like, it came off in a bad way. I'm not the best with my words. Like, no, you said what you wanted to say. You were being an a-hole.
No. Exactly. So the whole point is Demi said it perfectly. You didn't even know what Ollie looked like.
Yeah.
But you know what I look like. And you basically said Ollie was just a representative. Nobody would be into you, Demi. That's basically what she said.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Be careful what people say, because even though we did not like Catherine or Kat, whatever her name is, right? I think a lot of people use that as evidence on top of Demi's insecurities and try to use that as fact as Ollie wouldn't be into Demi. Ollie did not give no indication that he wouldn't be into Demi at all. So there's no such thing as people saying like, placeholder. I've been hearing that on Ollie's name. Things that like he's not really into her. Look how he don't show her PDA. He only show her PDA because of the camera. Ollie have given no indication that he lied or that he wasn't into Demi.
And when people compared him to some of the worst guys in Love is Blind history, I'm like, he is nowhere near that. He hasn't said the things those guys have said, disrespected the women in the ways that guys have said that. And I just it's shocking to me that people would lump him in with some of these disgusting men that we've seen, because he has, to me, been nothing but respectful. Has he had comments to his boys talking about how Charlotte is sublime? To me, that's not a big thing. People talk to their friends and say whatever they want to say. But he wanted to be with Demi at the end of the day, and he wasn't talking to Charlotte until things ended with Demi.
Exactly. Now, hold on. Now, let's get to Charlotte now. Come on now.
So he has been in contact with Charlotte. Yeah. They do have a connection. He wasn't quite trying to say what the connection was. And Demi's thoughts about it. Well, Charlotte says that he has been supportive of her when it comes to watching the episodes. I'm like, I don't know why, because we only saw you like once in the episode, Charlotte. But okay, he supported you. But Charlotte says that it's been complicated, but they're in a good spot. So if he wants to pursue a connection with Charlotte, I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's not like he was like planning on pursuing her while he was with Demi.
He wasn't.
Or anything like that. So I think we should just dead the whole issue about Ollie being an unsavory type of person.
Yeah, and we can't use the fact that he's with Charlotte. Demi basically dumped him. So what do I supposed to do?
And Demi even said, look, he wasn't my guy. I love Charlotte. Charlotte, is he the guy for you? She don't really say yeah.
Exactly. But I will say this though, Demi. I am looking at you kind of suspicious though. I need reunions is for giving us something that we did not know. And it has to be more than just recaps of what we already saw.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You got to give us something that we don't know. And I wish that we would learn more in detail of why they was not together, why you felt the need to run back to your parents' house. What was the thing? Even if it has nothing to do with Ollie, what is it about you that made you go, you know what? I'm not feeling this. And maybe the process itself will make you go like, wow, it's like 2 weeks to do all this. This is kind of crazy. But, I wish we would have got more. But I'm going to keep my eye close on them two. So far, I check. I don't think they follow each other. And I don't think they need to, right? But I'm gonna keep my eye close on Demi and Ali, and we may revisit just to see how they're doing. But I'm ready to do my victory lap on this right here.
So we get to Steven and Sabrina,
who not sitting next to each other.
Right. Apparently, Steven wasn't supporting Sabrina when it came to her creating her own agency.
Okay.
They were doing long distance, and Sabrina said that they would be spending half of their time equally between Belfast and London. Their communication was horrible in their time apart, and Steven says that they underestimated the issues that would come along with being long distance. And he also says that their communication expectations were different.
Wait a minute, what y'all been doing this whole time?
And honestly, I seen that because I'm just like, y'all don't even know where y'all gonna live. Like, y'all aren't talking about nothing important, but y'all just saying yes at the altar. Like, it didn't make sense to me from the jump.
Listen here. Call me Prophet Chris. I said this throughout the season. I said, listen, they don't know where they gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
She don't have a job.
Right.
It's too many new things happening at once. Something's gonna fall between the cracks. Let's keep going before I jump on them.
So she came to London 7 times. He came to Belfast twice, and he admits it wasn't even.
Okay.
And she accommodated him when he would come to visit her. She talks about like certain coffees he would like. He liked ironing his clothes, so she got an ironing board for him, and like all these different things to make sure he was comfortable in her space. But she didn't feel like he did that for her.
Keep going, Blair.
He said that he doesn't know this woman in front of him right now, talking about Sabrina, and he doesn't feel like she's being honest about everything. He thinks half of what she's saying is lies.
Let's keep going.
So she even reveals that 2 days before Christmas, he said that he wouldn't be coming to Belfast, and he just didn't consider her family and just all the ways that they were probably trying to prepare for him. He just said that he wouldn't be able to make it, and they'll get over it. Stephen tells us that he managed his finances poorly, and they were not in a great spot in their relationship, and that's why he decided not to go.
Okay.
So we see a flashback from them in the pods when things were good. And Steven tells us that everything changed in the real world. Her walls comes up when it was conflict, and it was hard to deal with the walls on top of the distance and the lack of communication.
Yeah.
So Sabrina says that she tried to be supportive of him, but he would shoot her down.
Yeah.
She asks him, like, why did you even say yes? Like, you're a man of many words, but not a man of your word.
That is a bar.
And Steven says, half of what you're saying is lies. The host cut him off, and I'm just like, I want to know what the lies are.
Exactly.
Can we ask him what he say she lied about? Because to me, I believe her.
Whoa.
I believe her completely.
Now, this is where I draw the line and say, Blair, you're wrong.
Okay.
Because at any point, did she say anything that she did wrong? No. Never believe somebody who takes no accountability. Steven, he said, look, I can't say that everything I did was right. Yes, I didn't do that. Yes, I did do that. Yes, I did do that. What is one thing that Sabrina said that she didn't do? Nothing. So basically, she was the perfect wife. And basically, he was the most irresponsible husband. That's never the facts. Okay. Even in relationships to where it can legitimately be somebody's fault, you can look at it and be like, I could take some accountability in that.
He should have said more words. He wasn't saying that.
No, he said what he said, but the host cut him off. Okay. Right? And my whole thing is this. I blame both of y'all. Because number one, Sabrina, as much as you try to make it sound like you have something going on in the sense of, hey, I'm starting my agency, you're jobless, you have no income, so like let's start with that, right? So you're starting a whole new career to where you have to build it from the ground up. Then on top of that, y'all don't know where y'all gonna live. Too many new things, too many new optics with a whole new person. You don't even have history with the person of even being a friend. So you have a new husband, you're trying to start a new career, and then you don't know where you're gonna live. Like, of course, like, it was going to fail. During that whole time while y'all was talking and doing things of that nature, y'all did not work on y'all communication. Y'all did not work on y'all place of where y'all going to be y'all base at. She didn't have a job. You get what I'm saying? He's talking about, I am mismanaging my funds. I can't make it there on Christmas. Of course he made it there only 2 times. He has a job. He mismanaged his money. It was never going to work. I do not believe Sabrina 100% because not at one point did she take accountability for any wrong that she did.
Well, my thing is that if you guys are going to be together, I think that there's some shared responsibility in the couple as far as them not having the hard conversations and then not coming to agreements on situations. But if Steven, if you're saying you're going to do certain things, make certain promises, you need to find a way to come through. Okay. And if you can't do it, then you need to say from the jump, it's not looking feasible. I don't think I'm able to do X, Y, and Z. Right. Even if she comes over and 7 times she comes to visit you in London and you're just like, look, I can't afford to make the house a home for you. I can only have the bare minimum and that's about all I can do. Then that needs to be communicated. And so I think that, like he's saying, we had different expectations in communication, then those are the things you need to talk about. How often are we going to talk a day? And all that type of stuff. But to me, I guess why I'm more so leaning on her side, because it sounds like there were certain things that he promised or said he was going to do and he fell through, and that caused continuous cracks in the relationship to where she probably stopped believing anything he would say. So if you're constantly making empty promises, that's not going to work. So it's important for them to have real honest conversation to be able to make the relationship work. Now, should they have these conversations before they got married? Yes, but they didn't. And by the fact fact that they were in this relationship, and trying to make it work after their marriage, and the fact that people weren't being honest and weren't sticking to their word, then of course it would fall apart. But Steven, you should have done your part as the man or the husband in the relationship to lead the relationship and to actually talk to her about what was realistic and feasible in order for you guys to make it work. And I felt like he wasn't taking the leadership position.
He said that every time we tried to talk, her walls would come up whenever there was conflict. I also listen to other keywords that people, because I do not believe people will be honest on their own effort. Sometimes you gotta make them be honest. She said something about she wanted to start her own agency, and I wasn't met with support, right? I'm like, what do support mean? Now, support to me on the surface can mean like, yeah, baby, you can do it, I support you, right? But I think it means this.
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
But I think it means that, because I think like when you get married, hey, I want to do this, you're my husband, back me up in this, and then I hear something about mismanaging funds, and I'm just like, how much was he supporting? How much was he not supporting? What do you mean he wasn't offering support? Is he over there saying like, I don't think you can do it? I don't think he's doing that. But what do you mean by support? And many times and not, when I hear support within marriage couples, they mean financially support.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. But truth be told, we saw this coming, because y'all couldn't even think or talk about what the future looked like. Y'all were just so happy to be with each other.
Right.
So yeah, it is what it is though.
So we get to Jasmine and Bobby.
Yes.
So 2 days after being married, he decided to move to London. They are now in their dream home, and they consider themselves to be best friends.
Now listen here, 2 days after they got married, they moved where?
To London.
They had a destination, huh? Interesting.
And we see clips of Jasmine seeing his bachelor pad. She found someone in Bobby who she connected with deeply, and we see clips of their first year together. They seem to have a really good time. So she does have an insecure side, and she says that she has taken accountability of that and knows that she was the one who had to do the work to get past that. It wasn't up to Bobby to constantly have to reassure her in order for her to let down some of those insecurities. Bobby has encountered firecracker Jasmine, but at this point he has seen all sides of her, and he loves her even more. So Marissa, Jasmine's mom, was being overprotective of Jasmine at first. She was not giving her blessing. It put pressure on him, but he says it was pressure that actually kind of made him better, made him get into gear in a way. Jasmine says that she now has her mom's approval, and then we pan to the mom in the audience, and she was like 110%. So now they are working on having children and increasing the number of people in their family.
Hey, listen, I have nothing much to add except the fact that I thought it wasn't going to work out because of the mom. But if the mom is cool with it, I see nothing wrong with their relationship. That's all I have to say.
Right. So Maria and Tom.
Let's go.
Maria felt that he was insulting her family with the comments he made after he left the altar, saying that he didn't want his daughter to be raised to expect a guy to pay for everything. He didn't want his son to be raised to think he had to pay for a woman. He wanted to raise independent, strong women.
Hey, listen here. I wasn't insulting your family. I was insulting you. Make it direct. Okay? Like, you was the one who put that demand on me after you offered ice cream. So, like, no, I'm not insulting your family. Don't make this a family thing. I made this a Maria thing.
And Maria says that, of course, she's going to want to raise her children the way that she was raised. And she feels like her mom has raised kind, confident, non-judgmental people.
Okay.
Tom saw that he had a lot of ugly behaviors in himself, and he recognized that once watching the show.
Yeah.
So Maria's mom, of course, came. She gave him her blessings. They did like the hand to heart thing about taking care of Maria. He agreed to do that. And watching it back made Maria angry.
Yeah.
Because he talked to his mom. She was so warm. She was so welcoming, just for him to turn around and make those comments about how Maria would raise their kids, which essentially is the way Maria was raised. Tom felt that Maria did help him learn a lot about himself. We end up seeing clips of Tom and Natasha. Natasha's in the audience and says that she has had closure in seeing how Maria's and Tom's connection came to fruition, and she's understood why they ended up connecting.
Nice.
Tom ended up reaching out to Natasha about a week ago, and he was like, I knew we were going to be here at the reunion. I just wanted to make sure we were good and we were cool. We see flashbacks of Tom talking to Natasha at the bar.
Yeah.
And she was talking about love in the past tense. When he related to Maria, he was talking about it in the present tense. But it's been made very clear. Maria's like, I ain't got no issue with Tasha. And Tom's like, yeah, she only got an issue with me.
Yeah.
So Tom was judgmental about Maria's job. He said that he's done some work on himself and he is aware of his flaws, but he also understands that they can have different views, and their views to be different is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Maria makes it clear that she didn't want him to pay all her bills. She didn't want him to like pay for this luxury lifestyle for her. Like, that's not what she was saying when she was clarifying that a guy should be more of the financial support in the relationship.
But you got mad at him because he didn't pay for your ice cream, though. Like, I know what you said, but I know what happened too. So I don't really know what she means by that. But you got mad at me, like mad, as in a real emotion, because you offered to pay ice cream, and I said, cool.
Yeah. My thing with Maria is I think she needs to get clear about her core values and beliefs.
Yeah.
I understand that there are certain things that she doesn't ascribe to in her religion and her culture because her family accepts her for who she is. But if she expects that in her relationships or how she wants to raise a family, she needs to find somebody who aligns with that with her. And Tom was never going to be the person to align with that. And I think that that's something that she needs to be real about, I feel like, in the future, as far as what she wants and what she wants for her family. And the thing is, Tom can be judgmental. He can think that the way they do things is wrong and all that type of stuff. That's fine. He just need to be with somebody who's going to think the way he thinks.
Exactly. So. And I think you hit the nail on the head. You can't sometimes be of the culture, in the culture, of the religion, in the religion, and then sometimes be out of it. Meaning in the sense of, listen, I have much freedom in my culture to where I can be a makeup artist. But I also have these like hard, like, I'm not budging on the way I expect a man or like expect family, you know, core values. So I think just a little bit more clear communication. But I think at the end of the day, Tom wasn't going to be with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's move on.
So, Baneh and Nicole.
Baneh and Nicole.
So he says that she looks beautiful tonight, especially her eyes.
I hear you.
Not boring brown. They are good and they are living together.
Yeah.
We see clips of their first year married. It looked like they went on some trips and they had a really great time together. We see footage of their first pod date, and after the date, they were both just like kind of like in shock of how great the connection and the date really was.
It was real giddy.
So Baneh regrets sharing how strong he felt towards her. It was so good that it scared him.
Yeah.
Nicole said that maybe if she would have asked more direct questions, things would have been different. But Baneh was like, no, I just should have been brave and told you how I felt.
Yeah.
So then Sam comes out.
Sam is back.
He has been receiving a lot of backlash, but he says he is stronger now.
Okay.
Jasmine was unsure about his intentions at first, and she says it was because she was trusting her intuition.
Okay.
He said that he was picking her up, or it would be difficult to pick her up because of his nerves.
Yeah, he said sometimes when I get nervous, I say the wrong thing. Okay. And
after watching the show, Nicole now sees why Baneh tried to intervene, so that way, she wouldn't end up with somebody who has been making slick comments about her.
Yeah.
So he was trying to say, when it came to the "I think I love you," he was trying to say that I think I'm falling in love with you.
I knew it.
He wasn't at the point to where he was in love with her, and he was just trying to state where he was in that process.
Yes, okay, I understand now. Okay, word.
So the host asked who called off the engagement. Nicole told him that she didn't want to go to Greece with him, and he didn't take it well.
Okay.
Then he's asked, why would you tell Baneh that Nicole wanted to sleep with you? And Sam was like, the conversation got heated. Like, he wishes that he never took it to that place.
Yeah.
And Demi just yells out, say sorry to Nicole. It was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And Nicole said it was hurtful. It was a lie. And he comes with some type of half behind apology.
Yeah.
So when it comes to them as a couple, they're looking forward to traveling more together and just spending more time enjoying each other.
Blair, can I have the floor?
Please.
I said, Blair, can I have the floor?
Yes.
Because when you make bold predictions, you have to sit down and eat your crow when you're wrong. I understand during the Nicole and Baneh parts of each episode, I was not a believer. I wished on their downfall. I spoke on their downfall. I even promised their downfall at the reunion. I even went so far and said that she's going to be with Sam at the reunion.
Don't know where you got that from.
And I said, can I have the floor?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
No commentary.
Thank you, right? And I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, not 99.9. I was 100% wrong. I had no evidence. I had no facts to support that Baneh and Nicole did not love each other and was not going to be together at the reunion. But I'm tripling down. They were together at the reunion, but a year from today, they won't be together. I see it in her eyes. I don't know what it is, Blair, but I don't trust the relationship. I don't trust it. Do you see what I see?
I see the tinfoil hat on your head.
It's not tinfoil. It's not tinfoil.
That's what I see.
Y'all got to look at her eyes, man. I don't know what it is about this.
I think we have a conspiracy theorist in the room with us, y'all.
I don't know what it is about this relationship, right? And I understand, like, they doing all the traveling. I think this is the fun part. Like, they having fun. You know, I know it's been a year. They're fun.
They're newlyweds.
Right? They having fun.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is, I have a feeling, man. I'm tripling down. Tripling down.
Okay.
That listen here, I'm going to come back with a new video when they break up. And that's when I'm going to say, I told you so. Okay. I wasn't right during the show. I wasn't right after the show. But at some point in the future, I will be right.
All right.
Anything you have to add about the Nicole and Baneh situation and how they still together for now?
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're doing well. It seems like they really are enjoying each other. I just wish, I understand it's a reunion, so we have to bring Sam out, but I'm ready for Sam to get out of their story because he does not need to continue to be part of their story.
And Sam really did not have to be there.
No, he's a thing of the past. His little comments and shady things that he said are really like a non-factor at this point. So, Sam, you made your mark on the show. You got the backlash you got. Hopefully you enjoyed your 15 minutes.
Okay.
So,
well,
we move on to Catherine and Freddy.
Let's move on.
So they are sitting together, but they are not together. Freddy said that they had something special, but their lifestyles were very different, as well as their personalities.
Nice way of putting it, Freddy.
Freddy felt that she snapped at him a lot when it was not justified, and he felt like he couldn't be himself.
100%.
Kat said that she admits that she was pretty snappy with Freddy. And when they talk about the once a cheater, always a cheater comment, she said that just came from basically like a wound of the fact that she was cheated on in the past. And of course, she was shocked and she wouldn't hold him accountable for something he did 7-8 years ago. But that's literally what you did.
Exactly.
But she's saying she wouldn't do that, but whatever. So Kat ended up giving the diamond earrings back. Like they try to ask him, why did you buy them for her? And he was like, well, I felt like if I didn't get her something on the wedding day, it would be looked down upon. Even if I did get her something, like people would think it's weird that I did, even though I said no. Yeah. So I think that he just wanted to do what he thought the nicest option was.
And guess what? It's your choice, brother.
And we see the sister in the audience, and she stands by the advice that she gave Freddy. She cried every time she watched the show because she could see that their connection was real. They were a beautiful couple, but he was just not able to be himself in this relationship. We see clips of Kat being emotional, and Freddy tells her, I think we'll stay friends forever. I think we'll be friends.
Don't do that, Freddy.
Kat admits that she's snappy. He taught her a lot. She is a better person now because of it. And everyone on the cast has really taught her a lot to improve as a person.
Go ahead, Blair. I'll let you have the floor with your girl, Kat.
I don't believe anything she says.
Wow.
Nothing at all.
Wow.
I don't think she's changed. I don't think she's different. When Demi and Jasmine called her out about her comments, it looked like she wanted to start crying. I'm like, why are you crying? You weren't crying when you were making all those comments. So what you crying for now? You want somebody to be sorry for you? Like, to me, that's just another trick of manipulation that Kat has in her toolbox. Yeah. So Freddy, I just think that Freddy's a really nice guy. He didn't want to tear Catherine down, which admirable. Cool. But that's admirable. That's cool. But I'm glad that he did point out her shortcomings. You were snappy with me. And even though she's like, I admit I was snappy. I agree with your sister and all these types of things. Kat ain't changed.
You don't think Kat changed?
She's still the same girl. No. What about you? I'm glad Freddy said no. Okay. Cheers to Freddy.
Okay. I'm happy Freddy said no too. I don't think Kat had a rough reunion. She got jumped by Demi, Jasmine, and Ali. Ali jumped in on that. I saw Ali put his little foot out and stuff like that. But when it comes to Freddy, it has nothing to do with your past of why you wasn't able to connect with Freddy. It have nothing to do with the fact that you was cheated on and like you holding on to that trauma. Presently, what we've seen is that you just wasn't a good person. As Blair put it, in last episode, like you keep holding on to this traumas or past traumas, something as simple as I was adopted and things of that nature at a very, very young age. I think even at an infant age.
11 months.
11 months. So it's like, but as Blair said, but you was picked. I let her hold on to those quotes. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like she's using those things as justifications, and justifications is not accountability.
Right.
So I wish I would have heard her hold on to more accountability, and I wish I would have seen more accountability more than justifications and things like that. So Kat is still the same person to me because she showed no accountability, in my opinion. What do you think about this reunion? 1 to 10?
Give it a 4.
I give it. I was nice. I give it a 5.5.
And just because I wanted more reasonings from people, but I felt like the hosts were cutting everybody short. And I guess, if we don't want to have a 2-hour reunion, I guess we got to do that. But I'm just like, I just needed more information. I wanted to know why Ollie was not the guy for Demi, even though he was a nice guy. And I wanted to know more. I felt like Jasmine and Bobby, I felt like they were so surface level. Like I wanted to get more into...
We was too long on Jasmine and Bobby.
But I wanted to get more into detail. But to me, they were being a united front, which kudos. Okay. Yeah. I get it. But I'm just like, okay, the couples who were together had great stories. The couples who broke up, I'm like Sabrina and Steven. I want to know what the lies were, Steven. I wish you would have said it. So
yeah, I think they need to go to a Jerry Springer type of format. You laughing, but I think this is actually genius. I don't think they need to bring everybody out at once. I think they need to bring them out couple by couple. Have Steven come out first, talk one-on-one with him for a little bit, then bring Sabrina out, and then we find out, are they still together?
See, when you said that, I thought you meant like the ding, ding, ding.
I know, because you're ghetto. Okay. But I think it would have been better that way. We can get to more details. We get one person's side, another person's side, and then we find out if they're still together and things of that nature.
True.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Listen, man, we are leaving the UK, guys. We are leaving the UK. We spent the whole summer here. We had a great time.
Yes.
I had a wonderful time. But subscribe, like, share, comment. We may be back. But definitely thank you. Thank you for the comments, and we see y'all another time, sometime this week once we upload another episode. Y'all be good.
Bye.